like
They
that.
fired him?
I don't know what they did to him.
Hey, look at us. We can see video.
Look at that.
Are we on? You can't just come back. I got the weed pen. I'm like, damn, Pete. The fuck?
Oh, God. How's everybody doing out there today? We're having a little bit of technical difficulties
Hey, we got
today.
one in the chat right now. Brand new show. One in the chat.
Oh, look at that.
I'm going to hit like again. Look at that. Anyway, we're back.
Yeah, we're back.
Welcome back to Ermanni.
So one of the things that we're going to do right now, we're just going to pick up with our show where we left off, where we go around the NFL, Tom Mazaway. So if you could lead us through that, that would be fantastic.
I will. We're not going to have any. We're not going to have any graphics.
Yeah,
right, Pete?
forget about graphics. Don't worry about graphics. No graphics.
I understand that. I was going to do the draft order, but you can't do it without graphics.
Okay.
I will continue saying in Boston, Tom E. Curran reporting that Bill Belichick and the Patriots will divorce at the end of this upcoming season. And they are, I'd say, they're probably the worst team in the NFL right now as we speak.
Look, this is good for the NFL. This is good for the New England Patriots, and this is why. You don't want to have a situation where it gets ugly. It's already ugly enough in terms of on-field play, things that have been said. When you stay too long, if they were to get these guys stay too long, now you get some back and forth with Belichick, some back and forth with the organization. What? You don't want that. Hey, Bill, let's just cut ties now. We'll let you resign, however you want to play it out. Let you go, do your own thing. If you want to go somewhere else, leave with some type of respect, like unfractured relationship. You won 7 championships. We appreciate that. 6. You won 6 championships. We appreciate it. I've appreciated you. Leave with a sense of friendship or a sense of respect, because you start to stay, Ryan. Anything you stay in too long, you know what happens. It's fighting, it's disagreements, things get nasty, things get leaked to the media, things get said. I think it's the best bet. Let Bill Belichick get out of there. There's a couple franchises that definitely could use him. And I think it's time for New England to start over. You know, the way in which Bill Belichick set that team up to have success, you can no longer have success like that in the NFL. You can't have a bunch of unknowns on offense. You can't draft a bunch of special teams players. You can't rely so heavily on your offensive line. And you can't rely on veteran defensive players that you bring into the Belichick system. So I think they need to start, and so does Bill Belichick.
I think he goes to Washington. I wish I could bet on this right now.
You can.
I would bet on Washington and that new owner, Josh Harris. Is that his name, Josh Harris?
Yes.
The
owner?
Yeah, I believe that him, Magic Johnson and all, will bring this guy there. And I kind of reckon it to the old Green Bay Packers. When Vince Lombardi left the Packers, he went to the Washington Redskins. Unfortunately, his health took a turn for the worse, and he could not see how good they would become, because he passed away in 71, and they went to the Super Bowl in 72 against the undefeated Dolphins. After he changed their helmet, Braylon, they used to have the red helmet with the spear on it.
Yeah.
He said, we're going to go to the yellow helmet like the Packers. We're going to put an R in the circle like the Packers have the green, the G in the circle. And we're going to go with that, put a feather on that R, and go for it. We're going to be like the Packers. And he built that team, and they believed in him. And then he passed away, unfortunately. George Allen did take over after that, and the rest is history.
I think it's a good situation, though, too, because I think when you get to I think when you get to the Washington Commanders and what they represent now, you got Magic Johnson on that team. So I think it will allow Bill Belichick to become a newer version of himself. Look, we've seen Bill Belichick smile very few times, but we've seen him smile. We've seen him have fun. You heard about Randy Moss talking about the Halloween party that they threw back in 2000. Exactly, back in 2005 or 6 or so 7 or 8, whenever it was. But you've seen that side of Belichick, and I feel like he goes somewhere new. There's different energy. You got Magic Johnson around. I think it could be a real good space, and for him to kind of finish in a good chill spot. Like right now, he's old, he's uptight, he's mad at the world, he's angry, rightfully so. I get it. A lot of it's on him. A lot of it is the world and things changing around him. It'd be good for him to get to a place.
Girlfriend left him.
Exactly. You know
I think he's going to go to the Chargers.
Okay.
I think he's
California.
I think he's going to go to the Chargers. I think he needs a quarterback. He's got a good defense over there. You're talking about Khalil Mack. You're talking about Joey Bosa. He's got some players over there defensively, and he'll have a quarterback. And I think it's really important for him to catch Don Shula. I don't think he's going to give up until he catches Don Shula.
He won't.
He's 27 wins away. That's less than 3 years now. If you can go to a franchise and maybe win 9-10 games a year.
Maybe sneak a couple at the end of this year.
Absolutely. Get maybe 1 or 2 more here. So we'll see what happens. But I would say the Chargers. I think the Chargers they need Bill Belichick. And Bill Belichick needs probably the best opening that there is right now. The best quarterback is Justin Herbert.
No, you're right about that.
There's going to be no opening in the NFL this year that has a better quarterback than the LA Chargers.
The sun.
Oh, yeah.
The sun. He gets to be out there in the sun. The beach is right.
Gorgeous.
Even if he's not going anywhere, he can step outside his window. Step outside his door. You can open his window. You can be outside those practices.
Hell.
That air out there does change you. Like, it does change you. It does feel better at
I wish
times,
I could coach him.
That is true, man. They can go out there.
That's a great gig.
And they need that. That's the type of defense. You got a veteran defense. Those type of defenses that Bill Belichick thrives in, Ryan. You make a great.
You might be right, right?
And as Bob's Big Boy says in the chat, Ben Johnson goes to the Chargers. I don't think so at all.
I think they're done with the young guys. Like, for now.
I agree.
Because they got to win now.
I think everything's cyclical, right? I think this is going to be the offseason where Bill Belichick is sought after, where Jim Harbaugh is sought after, where all these older guys now are going to get back into the mix. It just kind of feels like that to me because some of these younger coaches, it's – I don't know. I just kind of get that sense.
I go back to every year and you say, talk about this. Look at the coaches that are closing the door. Not closing the door, but are finished. Look at the coaches that are winning Super Bowls, Ryan and Monty. All of them are besides Sean McVay. Are they 36-year-old guys? Are they 40-year-old guys? Are they young 33-year-old breaking records like John Gruden did? No, it's Andy Reid.
I wouldn't even be surprised if he gets another shot.
It's Peterson. It's Bruce Arians. All those coaches I just named when they won Super Bowls were 60 and above.
Yep.
Those are still the people winning Super Bowl. It's the older coaches.
What did you say, Ryan?
I wouldn't even doubt if Gruden gets another look.
I think the Raiders want to get him back. Mark Davis wants to bring John Gruden back. I don't think it'll be allowed, but maybe they bring him back and he just drops the suit. You want to drop the suit against us? We'll let you come back. I don't know.
Yeah.
It might be too messy, though.
Might be, yeah. I don't know. I just Frank Regno, Jim Caldwell might be a guy that gets. I don't know.
Yeah.
He just offensive coach, innovation, older, has won, has experience, been there before, been to the Super Bowl. There's a lot out there. I think these older coaches going to get a look.
Could this be the year? You've talked about this before. Could this be the year that your good buddy, former Lions head coach, current defensive coordinator,
it's another
Jim
good one.
Schwartz, gets another chance?
I have no idea why he's not been head coach yet.
Never knew.
This could be a year.
I always liked him.
I think he rubs people the wrong way because he is an absolute diva. He is.
That's what this world is about in 2023.
No, I understand, but I think you want your coach to be like a rugged
Jimmy Handshake
kind of guy. Jimmy Handshake. Oh, big time diva.
He went after Harbaugh. That's not a diva.
I'm telling you, big time diva. And got his pants ironed and stuff like that. Like nobody wants a head coach gets their pants ironed.
Don't you remember when he came here? He didn't even have a suit.
Crease him?
Right.
Oh hell no, you can't crease.
He didn't even have a suit when he came here to Detroit.
Yeah.
He admitted, "Look, I don't dress up. I disagree with you there."
Okay.
All right. I think you're ironing your pants.
I've never ironed my pants.
Okay.
That I can tell you.
I'll take him to the cleaners.
We'll take a break. Yeah, of course. We'll take a break. Where are we here? Hamlin Pub? Yep. How about that? We'll get a message from the Hamlin Pub.
Oh, that's great. Great place.
Thanks for sticking with us, gang.
Thanks, guys.
Have you ever wanted a bar where you're a regular? We have just the place for you. Head to one of Hamlin Pub's 7 locations and experience where everyone is a regular. Whether you're enjoying half-off pizza on a Thursday or game day specials available during all Michigan sports and NFL games, Hamlin Pub is the place. Visit a location today and experience your new favorite pub for all things sports.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists, and register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win an all-expenses-paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament for you and 5 of your best buds. That's right, college basketball's most elite event. You and your 5 best friends just get to any Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut experience and automatically register to win the trip of your dreams. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Basement in Detroit, 3 buddies that wanted more out of rock, paper, scissors. You know that good old game. They dug deep and struck gold with the new game called Jack Labrador. Win 2 new symbols. It's got 2 new symbols and a 3-point play. They say once you go Jack, you will never go back. 1 deck of cards, 3 new games of nonstop action. The perfect no-brainer stocking stuffer for all ages. Scan that QR code above or go to jacklabrador.com for more details and order your deck today.
Hey guys, welcome back. Woodward Sports Network. Go back to the NFL here. Just one of the guys that I think will always be linked to Aiden Hutchinson. 3 guys, really. Javon Walker of the Jaguars, Aiden Hutchinson of the Lions, and Kayvon Thibodeau to the Giants. I was watching that game last night. He got to the quarterback, and it flashed up there that it was his 12th sack of the season.
The quietest 12 sacks you're ever going to hear.
I couldn't believe it. He did not have a great year last year at all, but this year he has worked hard, and for a bad Giants team, has come in and recorded 12 sacks so far this season with 4 games to play. Got to give him his due because I've attacked him, just saying that I didn't think I thought he was not as good as Hutchinson, or certainly him and Walker. Be honest with you, I haven't heard Javon Walker's name. Trayvon Walker, that's his name. I didn't even know.
That's why you didn't hear about it.
Right. I haven't heard Trayvon Walker's name in a long time. But Kayvon Thibodeau, man, he's playing really good. And I saw that 12 sacks last night. It was like, damn.
Yeah, if guys remember, who did I want to draft? I wanted Kayvon Thibodeau. And last year, in terms of having a good season, they went to the playoffs. Their defensive line was one of the best in the league. And look, he had some plays that he made last year. He didn't have 9 sacks like Aiden, but he had 5. Defense makes the playoffs, and then pretty good defense. This year he has 12 sacks. He's coming to his own. He also started the season last year injured. That was another thing. That's why he wears the elbow brace. That kind of happened last year. So he's doing it. He's on a team that's trying to put some wins together, making some noise. But that Trayvon Walker situation, when you play a guy out of position, they're not going to be the best versions of themselves. I was a wide receiver. If I got drafted to play tight end, probably wouldn't have made the Pro Bowl. You got to play guys at their position.
All right, you know who the first team to clinch a playoff spot is? None other than San Francisco 49ers. With that Packers loss last night, I don't know what kind of math it did, but it made the 49ers lock up a playoff spot already. And they're playing great football right now.
Yeah, they are hitting their stride with 4 to play. There's probably, if you had to, put the NFL teams into tiers, they would be in a tier by themselves. Well,
with the Cowboys.
Them and Dallas, the 2 best teams. And how funny is that? We talked all off season for about 4 months about how great the AFC is.
Oh, yeah.
And really, at the end of the day, the NFC sports the best 2 teams in the NFL.
Best 2 teams, obviously, Dallas and the 49ers right now, man. You hit the nail on the head. Brock Purdy is really coming to his own in year 2. We can now start to give him much more credit than we were before. Before, it was just all the pieces around. This is a year in which I think you're saying, yeah, this guy is legit. And then on the opposite side, Dak Prescott is the guy I was out on. Dak Prescott is the guy I said, look, he's hit his ceiling. He's done all that he can do. Mike McCarthy, they get blown out by the 49ers early in the year. They change everything around. I said, what are we trying to run the ball for? We can't run the ball, obviously. What are we trying to slow it down so Dak can't throw an interception? We pay this man $50 million with the Dallas Cowboys. Let's go sling it and see what happens. And they've been winning some games, and they look a lot different than they did earlier in this year.
All right, got some more stuff for you here as well. Kyle Shanahan. You remember Sunday when DK Metcalf and Fred Warner hooked up in a little battle?
Found out what happened.
Found out what happened. Kyle Shanahan told his team, look, we can get under DK Metcalf's skin. He basically said, hey, I got an extra Christmas present for anyone that can get DK Metcalf pissed off. It worked.
He even practiced saying, we will get 14 to lose his mind. They practiced it.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what happened.
Ain't that something?
It's good coaching, man. It's good coaching. When you take the best offensive player out of his game and make him be an emotional player,
He got thrown out.
it's good coaching. It's good coaching. That's how intricate some of this coaching is, man. It's what the Pistons did to Jordan. They totally took him out of his game.
They did not take him out of his game. They beat the shit out of him at the basket, which you're supposed to do against that. It's not taking him out of his game. It's beating him up.
Well, that was within the rules back then.
I didn't get mad, but that's not taking him out.
Sounded like you did.
But that's not taking him out of his game. You should beat the hell out of somebody, do illegal shit like
I
that.
loved it.
That's not because you're a Pistons fan, and I loved it too. But that's not taking someone out of his game. That's doing stuff that you technically aren't supposed to be able to do. That is taking somebody out of his game because you didn't have to put hands on him. You got in his head. That's what Dennis Rodman did to people. He got in their head. Karl Malone, David Robinson, the list goes on. So taking someone out of their game and doing shit that's illegal is two different things.
Who was the guy that used to whisper in the
Lance
NBA?
Stevens.
You calling the bad boys cheaters?
I'm not calling them cheaters. I'm calling them they were very physical, overly physical, but it was the era. So I don't have any problem.
Well within the rules.
How about those pit bulls?
Tomato.
How about those pit bulls?
They changed those rules, so apparently people didn't like it.
The
too much.
Jordan rule. Jordan did. The
Hey,
Jordan rules.
Here's one for you guys that came down today. Al Michaels will not be calling an NFL playoff game this year for NBC.
What goes on behind the scenes in
He-
something like this?
He got
You know?
mad at someone, obviously, because they farmed him out and let Mike Tirico take over. They had promised Mike Tirico all these years, one day you're going to take over. So I guess Mike said, hey, man, I'm ready to take over here. You know, otherwise I can go probably somewhere else and go call a game. He's one of the better to do it. So they said, all right, Al, sorry, man. We're gonna make you announcer emeritus. We'll let you do a playoff game. We'll let you come in for a special game. And then he got the Amazon gig. Last year they let him do a game. Do you remember the game he did?
The Giants and Vikings.
Thanksgiving?
Jacksonville playoff game.
Oh.
Jacksonville Chargers. Him and Tony Dungy. They put
so
you to
bad.
sleep. You remember
That's
people
so
were
bad.
complaining?
So
Yeah.
bad.
They put you to sleep. They're like, where the hell? This is one of the best games. Great comeback. Guess what? They remembered. And he ain't doing a game.
So what are they going to give me? Jack Collins?
No, you're gonna get Ian Eagle's kid.
Eagle,
You're gonna get Noah Eagle. Noah.
Hey, so-
the Eagle has landed.
So I sent you that in. So you guys
Yeah.
are, so the guys here are heavy into the announcers. The announcers make the games. They make the games better. I know, and I agree now. Really agree. I had a chance to see Noah Eagle. They were interviewing him during the game,
During
in
the
which
Nets
his
game.
father was doing the next game, and he just started. It was he's
Took
brilliant.
over for his dad.
Like he's brilliant. The voice,
He is.
like how he did it, and he was like barely looking. He was like, and he splits the pair, and he was like,
Beautiful.
he wasn't even looking.
Beautiful.
He was talking to the interview.
Effortless.
He looks like his dad, too.
He just glanced up at the
Yeah.
scoreboard. He was like, yeah, I always kind of thought that this would be the part as Houston splits the pair. Yeah, I'm like, this guy's good.
Really,
Like,
and
he's
gonna
doing
do
the Final
Super Bowl.
Four.
He's doing the Super Bowl for Nickelodeon. He's the guy that did
I might
the
watch,
slime games.
I might watch the Super Bowl.
Yeah, the
on
slime
Nickelodeon.
games went to Noah Eagle.
I might
Wow.
watch that on Nickelodeon.
It's amazing. That's great
But here's
stuff.
the thing: Al Michaels, when someone told him he wasn't doing the games, he said, "Who told you that? It's in my contract. Where'd you hear that?" He was shocked. He's absolutely shocked.
Wow. I'd love to hear him.
He's
try
gonna-
to get Al Michaels on with us.
He's going to explode.
Try to get Al Michaels on with us, Maz.
That's-
All these
that's
years
a
to be
story
abusing
for
him, you
real
want me to
sports.
call him now?
He don't know. He ain't listening to
That's
you.
true. He ain't listening to me. Hey, last one for Inside the NFL
Guys,
here.
nobody knows what I'm trying to do here. I was trying to get under your skin, and now I'm trying to get under your
Yeah, but
skin.
you're
I did know. That's why I stopped.
you don't-
That's why I
You
stopped.
can't get under mine. Everyone else is under it already.
That's why
That's what the story was. I've been trying to get under all y'all's skin.
Hey, I'm a different man now, man. I'm patient now.
Oh God.
Hey Pete, put
You
up
would've got me last
put
year.
up the draft order.
3 months ago, you would have got me outside.
Here is your new draft order. As of today, the Chicago Bears will have 2, count them 2, top 5 picks.
Whose pick did they get?
They got Carolina's and their own.
Carolinas, that's right, Carolinas.
If they keep winning, they'll drop down to maybe 10 or so.
But now here's the thing. Here's the great thing. I'm glad you put this up, Maz. Now if you're the Chicago Bears, Ryan Ermanni, am I taking Caleb Williams? Or am I getting rid, and am I trading my number 1 pick, moving down essentially, and get a king's ransom for that number 1 pick in this draft? This quarterback loaded draft, hell, number 2 will move up with you. Number 4 will move up with you. Number 6 is going to move up with you. Number 7 may move up with you. In this quarterback-driven draft, you take that number 1 pick, you keep Jalen, because you still got him for another year. You keep Justin Fields. You get a king's ransom for that. And you still got 5 if you want to move up to get Marvin Harrison.
You trade it, like I said, Bray. You hit it on the head. Get some new number 1s and get Marvin Harrison.
Fields.
I'm keeping him.
Why am I getting Caleb Williams, who's 3 inches shorter than Justin Fields, not as fast as Justin Fields, runs just as much as Justin Fields? I'm like, there's a chance he might be great, but there's a chance he's just the guy I have already.
I'm telling you, that Bears team's on the up. By the way, Mike O'Hara's on the phone.
Oh, is he?
He is.
Well, can I take a break?
Of course you
Okay,
can.
let me take a break and we'll get to O'Hara. Oh, man, that's a great thing. That's a great thing. All right, what am I doing here? Planet Fitness, go.
Yep.
Well, Planet Fitness is the home of the judgment-free zone where anyone, and we mean anyone, can feel comfortable and work on their fitness goals. At Planet Fitness, you'll experience a squeaky clean gym that has tons of equipment, a full-body workout in just 30 minutes, and all memberships include fitness training. You get all of this for just $10 a month, no commitment. No matter where you are, there is a Planet Fitness close by. There are more than 50 in Metro Detroit and thousands more throughout the world.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, 2 of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the number 1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder.
Your home is your most important asset. Flexibility in the sales process is key. When you work with Mark White & Associates, you can cancel at any time, for any reason, without penalty. Speaking of flexibility, check this out. Who you work with matters. Hire the best broker in the game.
Any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists and register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win an all-expenses-paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament for you and 5 of your best buds. That's right, college basketball's most elite event. You and your 5 best friends just get to any Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut experience and automatically register to win the trip of your dreams. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Hey, when it comes to your pet, don't settle. Give your pet the best premier pet supply. Hands down, Michigan's best pet store, family-owned and operated for over 30 years. 13 Metro Detroit locations, over 60 brands of food at the lowest prices available, and curbside delivery as well. Do not skip on your pet. Give them the best. PremierPetSupply.com.
All right, we're going to pay it off for those who are with us right now. The great Mike O'Hara, DetroitLions.com, joins us by phone right now. Mike, thanks so much for sitting through that and then giving us the opportunity to figure out that technical issue. We appreciate it. How you doing, big guy?
I'm doing fine. Look, I told Tom, stop stealing the quarters out of the payphone. Okay?
I'm telling you.
We need a payphone. Mo, we need. You remember Ma Bell? We need her bad. Really bad.
Ma Bell knew her well.
That's it.
Hey, Mike.
Are we done?
We're done.
Yeah, goodbye.
I'll see you.
Goodbye. Thanks for joining us. Mike, how would you characterize what is going on right now with the Detroit Lions? I mean, you've got the crowd that wants to jump off a bridge, then you've got the relaxed crowd. Are you somewhere in the middle, or where are you?
It depends on what time of the day you catch me. I'm a little, I'm a little nervous on this one right now. I've been told by the people who do this stuff that it's like a 99.9% chance that the Lions are going to make the playoffs. Well, that's not good enough for me. I like 100, but what I really, really don't like is the possibility that they won't have a home playoff game. And to me, that would, I wouldn't say it would ruin the entire season, but it certainly would make it different. I think the players deserve a home game at Ford Field. I think the fans deserve a home game at Ford Field. And you know what? So do I. So do you. Everybody who follows this team. I think it would just be a shame if somehow they got into a skid, couldn't get out of it, and end up playing Seattle or whatever. I want that first game at Ford Field. After that, boys and girls, you're on your own.
Mo, always good to talk to you, brother. Over here, man. It's interesting when people first start talking about the potential to maybe play the Rams, who are operating at a high level. They lost that game last week, but they're still a damn good ball club, right? And I think Matt Stafford has 10 touchdowns in the last 3 games. I was like, what if they played somehow the Rams in the first round of the playoffs, etc.? I was like, it doesn't matter. They bury the Rams, and they're finally bury Matt Stafford. How crazy would it be if Matt Stafford finally won a playoff game at Ford Field? Like, it's starting to be not a thing. It's like, oh, shoot.
Well, you know who the first player to win a playoff game at Ford Field was?
Who was it?
Dan Orlovsky for Connecticut.
Damn.
What was that? The Cherry Bowl? Or
There's one for you. It wasn't the Cherry Bowl. That was out at the
Quickland.
Yeah, the Silverdome.
Danny O, one of my all-time favorites.
The Little Caesars
First doing
Bowl.
a playoff game. Yeah, I think it was something like that.
Yeah, it was.
Nah, Mo, but in all seriousness, watching the game, obviously the Lions have been on a little skid lately. They lose to the Packers. They almost lost to the Bears, and then they finally do lose to the Bears 2 weeks later. You look at the offensive line. You talk about injuries. You talk about the defense. The Lions look like a much different team when that offensive line is up to snuff. You look 8 quarters ago, first quarter of the Saints game, 21 points. Like, that team was operating. They were cooking with grease. Fast forward 7 quarters later, and it's going back. Oh, there's no Frank Ragnow. There's no Jonah Jackson. Is it the offensive line that is predicating our success, or is it? What do you think it is, Mike?
Well, I think it's a combination of things, and I think that offensive line and the way the Lions run their offense were meant. They were meant to be partners.
Yeah.
And sometimes you get a little bit out of whack, and it changes the entire operation. I'm not sure that's the case. That'd be really making excuse making at a high level, as we like to say, with everything else. But I think they're going to get it together, and I think this game Saturday night at Ford Field is a good venue for the Lions to get things turned around a little bit, because you're indoors, you're on national TV. The Lions seem to have thrived on that, and you're like I said, and you're indoors, and that's. As much as I like Jared Goff, I think he really is more of an indoor player than an outdoor player.
No doubt about it.
Pretty well most of the time, but most guys are. That's not exactly that's not breaking news.
No, it's not. But can he get the ball deep enough for a guy that I'm going to talk to you about, and that's Jamison Williams? Yeah. And I want to know why they're not using him enough, Mo. Set my mind at ease. Why do I have to hear Dan Campbell every day tell me he's improving? He's improving. What does that mean, he's improving?
Well, he'll get 3 stats this week instead of 2. How about that?
Let's go.
I don't know. Look, I'm always the coaches know more about the players in their day than I do. I'm a writer. I think I know. Sometimes I think I'm a know-it-all, and sometimes I am a know-it-all. But at whose expense do you want to give him the snaps? You want to take away from?
I don't care.
Well, of course you don't care.
Just get him on the field.
Well, he is on the field.
No, he's not. He's on the field 3 plays a game.
No. There's a big difference between snaps and being on the field.
Yes, I understand. I understand.
Well, then act like you do.
I do.
Am I going to have to spank you again?
Yes. I want you to set my mind at ease. What am I missing at practice? Does this guy drop everything thrown to him?
Well, we don't see enough of practice to know that one way or the other, but it looks to me like, and this is Coach O'Hara speaking now. Yeah, I think he looks a lot more sure of himself than he did a week ago, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago. Look, this is a very unusual route that he's taken to play in the National Football League, starting out with being on the injured list for the first, 11 games or 12 games of last year, and then starting out suspended this year, But it's been different for him. And it was suspended this year, unable to practice with the team, unable to be around the team, unable to even call in for information on the playbook. So it's been a very unusual intro into pro football for him. I think right now, just hold on.
Yep.
I think right now he is a different player, different person than he was 4 weeks, 5 weeks ago. I think he's really sort of started to get into the professional football environment. He's really an easy kid to talk to. You'd love him. You really would. And I think he's going to turn out to be a good player. Great player. We'll see about all that stuff later. But I think he's going to be a factor for the Detroit Lions.
Hey, Mike, let me ask you about this offense as a whole, the turnovers specifically. 3 against the Bears, 3 against the Packers, 4 against the Bears the previous game. They're not only turning it over just once. I mean, it's an alarming rate in which they're turning the ball over, and in turn, they're putting this defense in an impossible spot. Just four consecutive series against the Bears. The Bears started at their own 48, then the 50, then the Detroit 29, and the Detroit 30. These fans and everybody can talk about this defense all they want. You give this team, give their opponent half a field, less than half a field. There's no defense in the league that's going to be any better.
Well, they also went 75 yards for a touchdown with the opening kickoff.
Sure, I understand that.
Blameless in that.
But no doubt. But point is, this offense is putting this defense in a terrible spot when all the resources are on the offense, though, too. Are they not?
Well, they are, but there are some resources and high draft picks that they haven't panned out either through injury or whatever. But I think obviously this team is driven by offense. It has been for 2 years, and it'll continue that way at least through this season. Look, you're not going to remake your defense right now, but we'll see how it turns out. If the offense gets back to what it was from week 1 through week 7 or 8 or something like that, I think you'll see a different team, a different offense, because it'll put stress on the opposing team's offense, defense to keep up.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mo. A serious question.
That's okay.
A serious question. My apologies.
They're all serious.
I thought the order was off a little bit. That was on me, though. Miscommunication. No. Let me ask you a question. I hate to go backwards about the draft. I think a lot of times we bring up the draft, whether it was this year's draft, last year's draft the year before that. You talk about missed opportunities on players that you now see operating differently other places. Should we retire that conversation forever, or is it one that's still valid to come up when you see struggles on the defensive line, when you see struggles that, we could have had a chance to get this player or that player? Is it a moot point now, or is it still relative, and do we give Brad Holmes too much credit because of Amon-Ra St. Brown, the 4th round pick, and maybe Sam Laporta?
Well, I think Sam Laporta and then Brian Branch. I think he's drafted well. I really do. And what they haven't gotten really is the one impact defensive player. I mean impact, and no knock on Aiden Hutchinson. His day will come, we think, but they have not gotten that the second pick overall. You expect 15, 18 sacks. That's sort of the expectation. Whether it's real and achievable, that's another matter. But they really haven't gotten that guy that just takes the wind out of the offense. And until they do, I think they'll have to struggle to some degree. Those players, look, we got to acknowledge this. Those players are hard to get. I mean, great pass rushers don't just grow on trees.
But we've had opportunity there too.
But you're right. You've got to draft them to get them to have the opportunity. I agree with that too.
Look, Mo. Last one for me. 4 games to go. They're 9-4 right now. What will be their final record?
Yeah, it's interesting you bring that up because I was just looking at the standings thing. Look at how many teams, how many teams in the National Football League, the 32 teams, are over 500 right now.
Oh yeah,
it's a league of 6 and 7.
I know.
There are 3 teams in the NFC, 3 first place teams in the NFC that have won more than 9 games, more than 7 games, I should say. 3.
Yeah.
First place teams.
It's parity.
What are we looking at?
No doubt. 10 wins will win this division.
I don't know.
10 wins will. I think 10 wins will win this division.
Well, 10 wins should win the division, but that's okay. 10 is okay, but 7-9 or 7-8 or whatever. I'm sorry, 7-10. Are you kidding me? Come on.
Mike, we're up against it. We appreciate you sticking with us, and hopefully we'll talk to you again next week after a Lions win at home against Denver. That would be something.
He's gonna have to stay up late on Saturday.
Oh, past your bedtime, Mike?
Oh yeah, past his bedtime for sure.
Oh man, past my bedtime, that's for sure. I know that. Crazy. All right, Mike. Thanks, my friend. Appreciate it. Check out Mike, DetroitLions.com. I got to get one more break in, guys. We'll do that right now. But first, a message from Mark White.
Dreaming of a new home but feeling the pinch? Mark White and Associates, your trusted real estate experts, are here to help. Mark White and his team will pay up to $5,000 of your closing costs. That's right. I said $5,000. Call Mark White and Associates today at 248-290-8242 or visit them at markwhitesells.com. Again, call Mark White today at 248-290-8242 and make your dreams come true.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
Any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists and register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win an all-expenses-paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament for you and 5 of your best buds. That's right, college basketball's most elite event. You and your 5 best friends just get to any Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut experience and automatically register to win the trip of your dreams. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Calling all landscapers. This is Darren McCarty. I'm at Outdoor Equipment Co. How would you like to landscape like a legend? How about a bad boy zero turn? And even a chainsaw. And even a weed whipper. Whether you landscape for your job or landscape for fun, get all your equipment from Outdoor Equipment Co., the official equipment provider of Woodward Sports. Michigan grown, family owned. OutdoorEquipCo.com.
Join Woodward Sports and Laundering for Lions VIP Tailgate. Get your tickets today at bullseyeeventgroup.com. It's a fun time. Go down to Eastern Market, Shed 5. Woodward Sports Network is in the building. Once you get your tickets, you go on. They got food, they got drinks. People are having a very, very good time. Also, you never know what prizes you may win. You may not know who might get interviewed. You will if you come down. Remember, the tailgates start at 5:30 and are over at 5:30 this Saturday for the Lions against Broncos game. Get a chance to see Detroit Lions take another step towards winning the North. VIP Tailgate Lions. Get your tickets today, bullseyeeventgroup.com.
Speaking of the Lions and Broncos this week, I want to let everybody know that the Woodward and Maine show, our Sunday coverage essentially is going to have to go to Saturday now because obviously the Lions and Denver Broncos played 8:15 on Saturday night. So Saturday morning at 8 a.m., Woodward and Maine show, and then the pregame show at Jeff Iafrate and Tom Mazaway.
Oh, yeah.
Going to be Saturday at 5:30. Correct. 5:30 to 7:30, the pregame show. Woodward and Maine, 8 o'clock. Easy is on with Stick on the postgame show.
Yep.
And Anson.
He's going to sit in for me. I'll do the pre
Look at
with
that.
Jeff this time. We all mix and match here.
Absolutely.
I got some practice report for you.
Okay.
Taylor Decker out today, no practice, back injury. Benito Jones, Frank Ragnow, limited practice. Hendon Hooker, full practice.
All right. There you go. Hey, just one quick thought on the Pistons, 20 straight losses.
I go to Kool-Aid on that. That's embarrassing. I mean, they're 44 and 48 in the last 48 games. It's getting to the point where somebody has to pay for this, and it's getting to the point where you can say what you want to, trust the process, this, that, and the third. Serious questions are going to have to come into play. Detroit Lions had to make serious questions when they hired Dan Campbell. They've turned that thing around. You can't be looking at people talking about your team in this light and it be true. 44 in 40 or 4 wins in 48 games, some changes have to be made.
Hard to happen.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's literally amazing that a team can be this bad. I know they're young.
Money is not always the answer. Ladies and gentlemen, money is not always the answer. You throw all the money, it's not always the answer.
Pretty sad, though. Pretty sad. Red Wings are back at it tonight. By the way, Pistons play the Sixers tomorrow. Sixers are here, then they go to Philly on Friday. So you got a home and home with the Sixers.
I actually know a little bit about hockey tonight. Actually, I know hockey, but
they're playing the Blues
Red Wings
tonight.
are playing the Blues, I know. But then you know who's playing the night game? It's Connor versus Connor.
Ooh.
Chicago against Edmonton.
There you go.
Bedard against?
My favorite, man. He's the best.
McDavid.
That's right.
Look at that. Big
He's
one.
the guy.
Stars beat the Wings last night, as I told you, 6-3. And the Spurs lost their 17th in a row. That's a franchise record.
Very good. Good for the Spurs.
So there's other teams that
couldn't
suck.
happen to a nicer head coach.
I know. They got Victor, though, and we don't.
All right. Very good. Guys, got to get out of here. Bray, have the honors.
Not much to talk about. We apologize for today. We promise you to be better tomorrow. That is on all of us. But guess we'll get together tomorrow. So with that being said, Kool-Aid, Maz, Pete, Ryan, Ermanni, Braylon, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you for sticking with us.
Absolutely.